Hey guys, welcome to the deep dive. My name is Lucas, and I am doing a run through some of the best performing stocks ever. And today we have ACMR, which is a semiconductor company that we're going to go through bar by bar and see how it did in its historic run from... Actually, we're going to end really close to where we are now. We're going to get into 2021. So we're going to be going through 2019 to 2021 and be thinking about what trades you would put on during this time. So let's get to it. ACMR, ACM Research, Technology, Semiconductor Equipment, and Materials. They develop, manufacture, and sell single wafer wet cleaning equipment for enhancing the manufacturing process and yield for integrated chips worldwide. So these guys really, they are maybe not making the chips themselves, but they are basically giving away, they are creating the equipment that chip manufacturers are going to use. They are out of California, so this is an American company, and I'm going to show you what we're dealing with here. All right, so this is our chart. We're starting here. This is 2017 over on the left, all the way to 2019, and we're going to start going. First observations on this chart, this is a pretty nice... This is obviously a big earnings report that it had here. And because this is more recent, we're going to be able to go back and look at earnings reports and hopefully do some on-demand stuff where we look at a day and see if an episodic pivot was good. So this was actually really nice. It had this range here, and then it took it out to the upside. And it had some good follow-through here. This went up 80% in a few days. So that would have been definitely a nice trade. All right, yeah. Let's start going. It's below the 200 right now. It's below most of the moving averages, so not really interested in it. Once we get past this thing here, we'll be able to see the main market down here a little bit better. So let's just go a few bars past. There we go. All right, so the main market is coming off this. This is the trade wars, Trump stuff here in November of 2018, and then we bottomed out. Remember this, if you were trading during this time at the end of 2018, this was like the Christmas bottom, Christmas Eve bottom here at 1224, and they just went straight up from there. So, like I said, we're underneath all of these moving averages, not much volume to be seen in this area. Our ADR, which is right here, that's kind of telling us how volatile this stock is on a daily basis. We're in the 4s, the 5s, so definitely going to show up on your scans. Let's start going. All right, big move up to the 200 MA. We got rejected there, but it looks like we're trying to hold above it. We're going sideways here, which is really nice. You can kind of see that this is developing a flag. So maybe if it can go sideways here for a few more days, we might have a trade. Oh, yes. This is like a constant battle sometimes of really fast moving stocks, of hoping it'll go sideways more, and then it just gets away without you. So let's keep going and see. Wow, very clean move. Looks like earnings is coming up here, and they did not do well on earnings. So this earnings was on 3/6/19. Let's take a look at that. That would have been reporting of the December. So we would have been reporting this number, I believe. Let's just check and make sure. Earnings was 16 cents. So, they're going to be... Sometimes Thinkorswim has different numbers, and you're just like, what's going on? So maybe this number here? Not sure. Yeah, it could be. I bet it's this one, because it looks like they missed quite spectacularly. Yeah, they don't tell you what the estimate was, but yeah, did not do well, came crashing down. So let's just see what happens. And this is actually a good lesson for these really short flags, man. They can be hugely explosive and give it all back so quickly. There was actually a trade right in here that we could have looked at, right in that small little bar right there. But I'm happy just letting the dust settle a little bit. And I think I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more to get those small bars so that we can see them a little bit better. There we go. All right, let's keep going. Woo! That really was a nice buy there. Oh man, this thing is just parabolic going off the screen. What a run. I mean, this was 60% in about 2 weeks. Let's see if we can get some kind of setup. All right. Now we're finally going sideways. This is on everybody's radar. I mean, we've already gone up about 85% from the lows here. Okay, this is getting close. 12 bars. I really want a couple more days. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to buy over 16.16, and my stop's going to be like 15.60. So we're going to risk like 66 cents. Didn't trigger. All right, so we actually came back in. So we're coming into the 20. So I'm going to move my order down to 15.80. If we get through 15.80, I'm going to be long. We're still good. Just riding that 20 at the moment. Oh, so we got triggered. 15.80. Yeah, we're in. Let's say stop below this bar here, which would be a low of 15.08. So we're risking 72 cents. Let's see what happens. All right, we're looking good. This is the second day of the breakout. Next day, that'll be the third day. I'm going to take 20% off at the close. Yeah, all right. 20% off, so we got an 80% position. First part out at 17.50. So 15.80 to 17.50, just under 2 points profit there for 72 cent risk. That's pretty solid. Looking good. All right, I'm taking off another 30% at the open of the next day, and I'm just going to let the last 50% ride with probably the 20. It looks like it's respecting the 20 more than the 10. The 10 is just kind of messing around with. So let's go with the 20 moving average, the yellow line. That's going to be our stop loss on the last 50%. Oh, man, what a day. High volume. I should say that our breakout day here did not have great volume. And a lot of times I'll exit at the end of the day if it doesn't have great volume, but that wouldn't have worked here. So that was a huge red candle. I think I'm moving my stop up to below this low at 15.61. So that's about break even on the last 50%. Oh, I think we're going to get stopped out here. No, we did not get stopped out. Kind of coming back up, but it's getting very choppy. On the open, I'm going to get rid of another 20%. Yeah, all right, so another 20% there at the 17.30. So another nice little profit. Last 30%, we're just going to let it ride. Looks like it's doing well. Looks like it's actually kind of starting to respect the 10. So I'm going to move my stop up to a close below the 10. Ooh, earnings here. So on a 30% position, I probably would hold through earnings, especially if I have a nice profit in it. And let's see, earnings were 14 cents. This is on 5/7/19. 5. So I'm guessing it's this one right here. They'd be reporting for the March, so 14 cents. Let's see what it was. Yeah, 14 cents. So, okay, we know which one we're on now. We're on this one, so this is going to be the next earnings. It looks like their earnings growth is going to slow down here. But, man, this report was great. Look at that, 450% growth, 111% on their sales. Let's see if ticker says anything. ACMR. See what kind of news we got going on here. Yes, 14 cents. Earnings per share, 10 cents. Revenue of 100 million. Not much other than that. They're going to announce a strategic plan coming up with China. But let's keep going. We're trailing with the 10. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, looking great. Looking great here. Ooh. Sometimes the strongest bullish bar is the most vulnerable. And that was what happened here. This was just like such a strong bar. We hit 22 and just got rejected. Main market is coming up off this tiny little correction here. Yeah, let's still trail it with a 10, but I don't think we're going to be in this that much longer. All right, so we would have gotten out there at 1779. So funnily enough, almost all of our exits were in this 1750 to 1770 range. So not a bad trade. That probably would have been 3R. We probably would have made about 3 times our risk. So not bad. Let's see if we can get another setup. Okay, we're starting to go sideways here, but I'm not a huge fan. It just looks like momentum. This was such a nice breakout that we had here. I mean, that was a beautiful trade here. It was able to stay above the 20. I kind of want to. This is looking okay. This is getting tighter and it's looking okay, but maybe give it a couple more days here. All right, that's a little weakness. All right, we actually just broke the 50. Okay, we popped up. Okay, this is actually getting kind of weak. Whoa, look at that huge volume on this day. Massive volume. ADR's in around 6, but this would have been that is just a massive volume. I don't know what happened that day. That was probably their collaboration day. This was June 28th. So their collaboration day was actually in here while they were going down, but there's no real accounting for that huge volume pop. Yeah, it's not in here either. So not sure what happened there, but that was huge volume. Next day, bam, it bounced off the 100 MA. So that's the 20 on the weekly. Really good bounce there. Still, okay, there we go. So now we're above all the moving averages again. Maybe we have something else going on. Let's see if we can go sideways now. Definitely going sideways. Having a lot of inside days there. This is looking pretty good. I like this. Let's see, we pulled back from the highs. About 28%. That's not too much. We're riding this 100. Really orderly coming up. As far as orderliness goes, this was super orderly. This was less orderly, and then we're getting kind of choppy, but this down move was actually quite orderly. And now we're kind of having these big spikes and going sideways, big spikes going sideways. That's the context of what we're looking at. Ooh, rough. All right, let's keep going. Earnings pop. Okay. We had an earnings day here. This doesn't look like it would have been a good EP in that it looked like it opened at the highs and traded lower, and then at the end of the day was able to rally back. But it did pop over all the moving averages. So let's see what happens from there. And this was 8/7/19. So yeah, we're starting to get into a little bit lower. That was probably in here. Yeah. All right. Ooh, getting ugly. All right. I don't know if we're doing much more on this. I thought it had more of a run, but let's see. It's just on the 200. It's not cratering. Like a lot of stocks we look at that are growth stocks, it's like after they have their big run, they just plummet. And this is actually riding the 200. So let's see. Might be plummeting now. All right, there we go. We had another earnings day here. This was 11/6/19, so they would have been reporting for probably September. So that was in here. So that, they're not looking too bad. This is not bad at all. 130% growth. Their revenues are just steadily increasing. It looks like we might be having a period of lower revenues coming up here, but let's just keep going and we'll see. That's starting to look decent for a flag. We're not really getting the higher lows, though. It's respecting the 50 moving average, but this is just all messy, and this 200's above, so I'm not super interested in it yet. There we go. Rejected at the 200. Okay, now we're talking. We're getting some momentum. Not a lot of volume coming in, but it is over average. Oh, geez. So this was, I mean, this is not your like traditional flag, but you could have taken this. This only had a 26% pull, and oh, what did I do? Here we go. 26% pull, but its consolidation was 18 bars, which was decent, and man, it just ran off that. So let's see what happens. Wow, it is not stopping. Here we go. So this is kind of a flag. Not the best looking one. This is a nice breakout day. I mean, look at that volume there. Really nice. Did we get above new highs? Almost did. We got rejected at the new highs. Main market is looking pretty decent. Just going up and grinding higher. Oh, man. We're going off the screen. Wow. So, yeah, this was the flag we should have gotten in. 13, 12 is 12 bar flag. Kind of similar to this situation back here where it's not great, but let's see what happens. Oh, man. Woo. I mean, this might have been an hourly flag in here that you could have taken advantage of. You had that super tight bar right there, and so I bet on the hourly, this wasn't looking too bad. I'm actually going to go check that. 110.20. We'll go back in time to that day and see if there was a hourly flag. Hourly flag? Question mark? Because, man, this would have been, this was the flag to take right here. You can barely see it now. It's so small. But look at this run from this hour. I mean, it went up 175%. Ridiculous. That was a huge move. All right, now we're talking. We're riding the 20, 14 bars. So let's buy over 40. Let's buy over 39 and see if we can get something. There we go. So we're long. High volume breakout day after a lot of low volume days. This is pretty textbook. Now, 13 bar, 14 bar flag, so super short, but it seems like this thing likes to do short flags. I'm going to be looking to take profits pretty quick because I'm a little skittish after just this huge run up. I mean, everybody's watching this thing, and we had this huge blow off day here on the highest volume yet. So, I mean, this could be just a total bull trap. We'll see probably the next day or two. Yeah, that's not a great sign. All right, we're going sideways. This is the second day, third day. Yeah, we're below our entry at this point. Small day there. So we're either going to go a lot higher on this or a lot lower. And I mean, we're basically right at our entry. We might be a little bit higher than it. So, I mean, we're in a little bit profit. I'm probably going to take off half at the open of the next day. You know, it's been 4 days since the breakout. It's not really going anywhere. So I'm going to take off half. Okay. So we took off half with about a point of profit. Our stop was probably, way down here around 36. So not looking great on a risk to reward ratio, but let's see if we get follow through on this. We might. We're going to trail the rest with, I mean, both these moving averages seem to be kind of coalescing, but we're going to trail the rest with the 20 and we'll see what happens. Ooh. Did I say the 20? I meant the 10. Let's trail with the 10 because that was not a good candle. High volume. Okay, we're still strong. Yeah, would have gotten out of the rest there. Probably around 39. So not a great trade. Would have gotten a point of profit on 50%. Okay, not bad. That was a good exit. Okay, great exit. My goodness. This is why you need to get out when the getting out is good. I mean, after a huge run like this thing is either going to just keep blasting off or you're going to get this kind of thing. And it looks like, man, it just slowed way down. All right, where are we? We're at 320. We're in March of 20. Maybe we'll get another setup. Okay, we're kind of grinding higher. bottom was their earnings report here. Didn't really go over this, but 23 actual on 3. So this would have been for December numbers. This would have been here, 44%. Their sales dropped pretty precipitously, which was not good. Still recording? Yep. All right. Let's keep going. We're just looking for setups. This thing is just grinding higher at the moment. But it looks like the real momentum was in this and not this. Like you can just see the difference. And this context is what matters the most. Look at this. This is hell to trade right here. This area, pop up, go down, pop up. I mean, this would be hell to trade. The whole market went down. This is the COVID. This is COVID down move. So it actually didn't do bad for COVID happening. All right, we are blasting off. These earnings occurred 5/6/20. So that would have been this here. Earnings were down, but obviously all the earnings were down during that time. Sales were still up quarter over quarter, which is looking good. Let's see if we can get some kind of sideways action here. All right. We're starting to look good. This is only 8 bars. So maybe we can get a few more sideways bars. Nope. Literally every time I think, okay, this is looking good on this. Let's get another day or two. It's like, nope, I'm going now. Yeah, and that didn't work. That didn't work so hot. We broke the 10 and the 20. All right, but now we have like kind of a proper flag here, almost. What's concerning me about this is we keep popping up like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of trying to go higher and closing lower, which is not a good sign. I almost wanted to do another shakeout and come down to the 50 before we get involved. All right. I mean, we're just going to go for it. Buy at 65.80 is where I'll buy. Let's see if it can do anything. Man, getting super tight. This is looking good. Oh, it looks like it broke lower. Again, a nice washout would be good. Yeah, I'll still put it in at 65.80. Oh, would have got triggered there. Probably stop maybe at 58.50. Let's see what happens. No, we're good. This thing is just so wily. So this is this is the first day after the breakout bar, which was that. Let's give it another couple days. Oh, all right. Very nice. Very nice. I'm going to take 20% off on the next day open for sure. Next day open was 79.39. So yeah, nice little trade from 65.80 to 79. That was pretty good. All right, I'm going to take the other 30% off at probably the open of the next day. All right, so nice at the highs. So we have a 50% position now. Let's trail it with the 10 and see how far we get. All right, we would have got stopped out this day on this gap down day. Not the best day to get out because of the gap down. You know, it might just pop right back up, but this could be the start of a down move. So we don't know. Let's see. No, right back in. All right. So, but that was a pretty good trade. That was actually really nice. This bar that we got in, this one right here, this was a tricky bar. You know, if you were using the stop low of day, you probably got stopped out there. Which is why a lot of times I don't like using the stop as a low of day, especially when we're trading off the daily chart, just because stocks can be so tricky. And this, as you can see in here, the context of this thing just loves to pop and come back in, pop and come back in. So I'm glad we didn't use the stop as the low of day. I often don't, but if I was trading on the hourly or something, I probably would. All right, that was a breakout day. Let's see how it does. Yeah, it's doing really good. Breaking out higher. Would you have taken this flag? Question mark. Tell me in the comments. 17 bars, kind of. Not too bad. It's getting to the point where it's too wily for me. Like it's too all over the place. Like now it's breaking below these. Oh, it's breaking really bad. I'm probably done taking trades in this thing. All right, we're back. Had an earnings report here that popped it up. Kind of this long. This is not the high type flag we're looking for, but we did break out of this long range. Back into range. I think this thing's pretty much done. But where are we? We're in the start of 2021. So let's call it there. Let's see what happens as we go forward. Wow, and there we are today. All right, so it's just been going sideways. These were this was the first run that we kind of didn't get any involvement in. We tried here. Let's zoom in. Yeah, this first run, there was a good trade here that we took. This was just, it's just way too short of a flag for me. But man, does it look good? If you don't look at if you just look at this, it's not a great flag. Really isn't. You have some tightness here. You get a little bit of a tightness there, but I don't know. What do you think? You think that's a good flag? You think you would have taken it? Tell me in the comments. So let's go to do this. We're going to do on demand, and we're going to check out that 1 day to see if that hourly flag might have been good. So we are going to go to 110.20. 110. Go. All right, we're still good. This is what it looked like on 110. This is what the hourly would have looked like. See it load up here. Please load up. This is what the hourly would have looked like. I think we need to go forward 1 day to see whether there was any kind of sideways action that the hourly we could have taken advantage of. That wouldn't have been too bad. We had this tight little range in here. Ignore this crazy lines and stuff. Yeah, you could have bought this gap up, and that wasn't too bad. That wasn't that bad. That's arguable. This day obviously would have been very nice. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for now. What did I take away from this? Context really matters. Like, you really saw in that how we went from a situation where there was a lot of momentum and it was so smooth to a situation where it was really choppy and trading got really hard. Like towards the end there, it kept popping up and coming back into range. And so that's really tough to trade. That hourly breakout would have been nice because you would have been in that window of really good momentum and really nice orderliness. So that's kind of what I'm learning from this is that the high type flag, that happens in stocks that run up. They go sideways for a while, then they go up, then they go sideways for a while. But the context of those flags is what really matters. So tell me what you're learning below, and I'll talk to you soon.